In a quiet forest nestled beneath a canopy of golden leaves, a family of sparrows called the towering oak their home. Among them was Arlo, a young sparrow with a feeble wing that had never allowed him to soar like the others. Despite his disadvantage, Arlo was full of dreams, often gazing at the sky, imagining what it would feel like to dance with the clouds. His best friend Lila was a lively squirrel who adored climbing trees and leaping from branch to branch. She often stopped by Arlo's perch to share stories of her adventures and bring him tiny treasures, a shiny acorn, a colorful feather, or a smooth pebble. Lila admired Arlo's optimism despite his inability to fly. One chilly autumn morning, the sparrow flock gathered to discuss their migration. The air was heavy with worry. Arlo wouldn't be able to make the journey. The older sparrows suggested leaving him behind to survive the winter as best he could. Lila overheard this and immediately scampered to Arlo. "They can't just leave you here," she said, her bushy tail twitching furiously. Arlo gave her a small, sad smile. "I understand, Lila. It's nature's way, but I wish I could see what it's like to fly, even just once." Lila's heart ached for her friend. That night, under a sky sprinkled with stars, she hatched a plan. The next day, while the other sparrows were busy preparing for their journey, Lila worked tirelessly. She collected sturdy leaves, spider silk, and bits of moss, fashioning a tiny harness. When it was ready, she climbed up to Arlo with her creation. "Get in," she said, her eyes sparkling with determination. "What is this?" Arlo asked, confused. "It's your wings," she replied. "If you can't fly on your own, I'll help you. Hold on tight." Before Arlo could protest, Lila secured him in the harness and began to climb the tallest tree in the forest. With every step, her tiny paws trembled, but her resolve never faltered. Finally, they reached the highest branch. The wind whistled around them, and the world stretched out in every direction. Arlo's heart pounded with a mix of fear and excitement. "Are you ready?" Lila asked, gripping the branch with her strong claws. Arlo nodded, his eyes wide. With a deep breath, Lila leapt into the air. The harness held firm as they glided together, carried by the wind. Arlo felt the rush of the air against his feathers, the exhilaration of freedom he'd only ever dreamed of. He stretched out his wings, catching the wind just enough to feel its power. For a brief moment, Arlo and Lila danced among the clouds. When they landed safely, Arlo's eyes were wet with tears. "Thank you, Lila. That was the most beautiful moment of my life." Lila grinned, her tail swishing. "Every sparrow deserves to fly."